Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, IPMAT Preparation by iQuanta, right? And as usual, at 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we run our daily practice series for IPMAT, right? So today also we are back with the series. In the last class, we had done the topic mixture irrigation. We finished the topic yesterday itself. If you guys had missed those lectures, you can again go back to our channel, watch the recordings, right? If you have any concern, you can write on the comment box, right? Today we are going to start a new chapter called ratio and proportion. Again, a very important chapter. A lot of people think that it's very easy, very basic, but guys, when they ask the question, they ask, you can say question not very direct. They put a lot of conditions, right, in the same, in a very, easy language, and they make it difficult, right? It looks easy, but it's not that easy as it looks. So, today we'll be doing some moderate to difficult, question. I'm assuming that you guys, have done some basics, right? If not, then finish the basic and then, try to attempt the questions, because you're not going to do very easy question. We'll be doing moderate and slightly better quality questions. And we'll be doing all the questions today, which already have come in one of the, exam previously, right? One of those exam for which we are preparing previously. Okay, so let's quickly start. Before that, let me tell you that we are going to start IPMAT and CUET crash course, 27 March, day after tomorrow, right? If you guys want to, join, you can join it. If you want us to help you, we are, very much, eager to help you out. We have the best faculties with the best content, and obviously the best career guidance, providing facilities, right? Okay, now let's quickly move to the questions, right? Question number one, a very easy question, guys. Let's see how many of you are able to solve it. I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes are sufficient, right? Take 2 minutes and try to solve it. All of you, I hope my voice is clear to everyone. Anyone, if you have any problem with my voice, you can quickly write in chat. Alright guys, so far no answer, it's okay. Maybe you guys are still trying it. The answer of the question is option number B. Alright. Let me show you how we can actually solve it. See, they are saying that there are rupees 495 in a bag in denominations of rupees 1 rupee, 50 paise and 25 paise coins, which are in the ratio of this. So how many 50 paise coins are there in the bag? Okay. Usually students use a lot of variables, in solving these questions, which is completely fine. Let me also, show you how we can do this with the variables first. Then I'll tell you some other way also, right? Okay, so ratio is given of the number of coins of the denomination 1 rupee, 50 paise and 25 paise, right? So let the coin with 1 rupees, then half rupees, 50 paise means half rupees, and 1 by 4 rupees means 25 paise, right? The ratio is 1:8:16. Let's say these are x coins. Let's say these are 8x coins because of the ratio, right? And let's say these are 16x coins, right? This we have assumed the number of coins. Okay. Now, in this context, if we calculate the amount of money with these different coins of different denominations, right? So, the amount of money should be how much? Amount of money, see guys, x coins of rupees 1, so amount of this should be rupees x. Amount of money with half rupees, amount of money with the coins of half rupees must be, we can say rupees 8x into half, right? And the amount of money with the coins of 1 by 4 rupees must be rupees 16x into 1 by 4, right? Okay, so this is the total amount of money which should be in the bag according to the variables, right? According to the assumption. So this plus this is the total amount of money with us according to the assumption. But in real, the actual money which we have is rupees 495, right? That's it. So with the help of this, we can just get the value of x, and then we are asked the number of 50 paise coins, which should be 8x, which you can easily find out. Let's see what the calculation does for us. This is x, this is 4x, and this is again 4x, right? So this is being 9x, but in real this is 495, all right? So simplifying, x must be 55, and hence the half rupee coins which are 8x, right? So 55 8s is how much? That should be, okay, just a second. X is being 55, that's true, right? And this is something 8x. So 55 8s is 440. Alright, so guys, answer is not 220 actually, it should be 440. Okay, the correct answer is 440. Alright, now if we have to do the same question in some other way, right? So what will we do here? So guys, suppose we don't want to solve this with the variables, right? Let's say we want to solve in the numbers, okay? So nothing major, we do just one thing. Let me make the changes only in the solution, right? So suppose we have to solve without the variables, then then we do what? We just assume the number of coins as 1, 8 and 16, nothing else, right? We just assume the number of coins as 1, 8 and 16 with the help of the ratio, okay? Now the amount of the money with the help of these coins must be, so guys, this time we have only one coin of 1 rupee, so its amount must be rupees 1, we can say that, right? We have only one coin of rupees 1, so its amount should be rupees 1, and we have 8 coins of half rupees, so its amount should be 4 rupees, which you can say 8 into half. Basically x is the only thing which has been removed now, right? Similarly, the amount of money with the coins of 25 paisas should be 16 into 1 by 4, right? Okay, let's not write this for a while, okay? Now, this should be how much? This should be 1 plus 4 plus 4, alright? 1 plus 4 plus 4 according to the assumption. And that should be nothing but 9, right? But again guys, this is according to the assumption. In real, this should be how much? In real, it should be rupees 495. So we can say that 9 of the assumption should be 495 of the real, right? And again, we can do the same, we can apply the same unitary method. If 9 is 495, 1 should be rupees 45, right? And we need to find the coins, number of coins of 50 paisas, which we assumed as 8. So if 1 is 45, right, so 8 should be how much? 8 should be, sorry, this is 55, it's not 45. If 1 is 55, then 8 should be, we can say 55 into 8, that means 440 again. So in the same way, we can solve the question. The only change which we have done is we have removed the value of x, which was not required, okay. I'm not saying that we can remove the variable always, but yes, in most of the question we can remove the variable, alright. I'll tell you that when we cannot, avoid using the variables very soon in some certain questions. Now quickly move to the next problem, which is question number 2. Again, a very nice question, which I'm assuming that you guys should try first, okay, and then I will also explain if required. All of you try to do this. All right, very good, Gagan. Your answer is correct. Very good. Yes, Himanshi, very good. Answer is Naresh. Alright, 2 correct answers, that's great. Okay guys, let me explain this. They are saying that Harish divides 2 sum of money among his 4 sons, Naresh, Vipin, Bhupesh and Yogesh. The first sum is divided in the ratio of this among the 4 sons, right? And the second is divided in this ratio among the 4 sons. The second sum is twice the first, then the largest total is received by. So guys, this information actually going to help us a lot when they are saying that the second sum is twice the first. If this information was not given, then we would not be able to solve this question actually. This information is given, so we can actually solve it. Now, again, a lot of people would be trying to solve with the help of the variables, which you can do it, right? But we can solve without the variables as well, because we given this information that second sum is twice the first. So whatever assumption we are doing for the first sum, the second sum should be twice of it, obviously. Now guys, suppose this is in our hand, in our choice, that what we can assume, right? So remember, the first sum is divided in this ratio, okay, among the 4 sons, Naresh, then we have Vipin, just a second, yes, we have 4 sons, Naresh, Vipin, and we have Bhupesh and we have Yogesh. Alright. So the first sum is divided in this ratio, 4:2:3:1, which sum is 10, right? So let's say the first sum is 10, alright? So this should be 4, 3, 2 and 1. Fine. The second sum is divided in this ratio, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say these 4 people get this money, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this sum should be how much? This sum should be 26, right? Now they are saying that second sum is twice the first. Alright, the second sum is twice the first. But guys, you can see that this is, we assume 26 and this is 10, which is not the twice of it, right? This is not the twice of it. So obviously this is not the correct assumption here, right? Very obvious. but we will definitely use the sum in such way that this should be a multiple of 10, because of which this can be considered or assumed easily, and this should be a multiple of 26, because of this will be assumed easily, right? And at the same time, this should be double of this. So guys, it's a very easy way to understand this, to use all of these points. Let's just take the LCM of 10 and 26, which is how much? The LCM of 10 and 26 is 260, or maybe 130, right? The LCM should be 130. So we can do one thing, whatever the LCM comes, right, give the LCM, assume the LCM with the smallest number among them. So smallest, remember this is twice of this, right? The second sum is twice, means the first sum is smaller, right? So assume this as 130, assume this as 130, and assume this as, because this should be double of this, right? So this let's assume as 260, okay? This is now 130, this is 260, so double condition of double is satisfying, right? Now we just have to distribute the money with all the four sons in the same way. If this was 10, these were 4, 3, 2 and 1, right? But now this is 130, which has got 13 times, so all of these must be multiplied by 13. Simple, right? All of them should be multiplied by 13, so we can say what should be these values. See, that was 1, so this should be 13. This was 2, 26, this was 3, 39, and this was 4, so 52. Similarly, when the total in the second amount is 26, these are the shares of individual. Now this has become 260, which has become 10 times. So all of them should become 10 times. Getting 10 times is nothing, just adding one zero following the first digit. That's it, right? So this is how we got the amount of all of them in an easy manner, right? In a very easy manner. I hope you understand that, right? Now we can just write 130 and 260, okay? Now let's just solve the question. The final question is what? The largest total received by. So let's quickly find the total amount with all the individual, right? So Naresh gets 52 plus 50 is 102. Next person gets 99, the next person gets 96, and the last person gets 93. So obviously the largest is 102 with Naresh. So that's why Naresh is the answer. I hope you guys understand it. Okay, the way I did, I really want you guys to also think in the same way, right? You can solve with the variables also, but trust me, it will take more time, okay? You might be thinking that how we'll be doing this in the short time in the exam. So guys, you have to, do this, you have to learn or execute this method at home first. Obviously, there is no magic going to happen in the exam, right? You have to try this method a lot of times at home. Only then you will be able to, execute this method in exam also successfully, all right? Okay, so I'm assuming that you will be practicing this method in a lot of more questions, right? Moving to the next question now, question number 3. This is an easy question, right? This is an easy question. Actually appeared in IPMAT Indore. That's why I brought it. Otherwise, it's an easy question. Everyone try this quickly. Very good, Himanshi. It's the right answer. Yes, wait, it's right. Yes, Dhanishta, it's right. The correct answer is 1 in 60. Let me solve this. So guys, they are saying a fruit seller has oranges, apples and bananas in the ratio 3 to 6 to 7. Now they are saying if the number of the oranges is a multiple of both 5 and 6, then the minimum number of fruits the seller has. Alright. So guys, a fruit seller has three kind of fruits: oranges, apples and bananas in this ratio. Number of oranges is multiple of both 5 and 6. They need to find the minimum number of fruits the seller has. Obviously, we have the hint only for the number of oranges, right? And if you want the total minimum number of fruits, right? If you want minimum number of total fruits, then we have to consider minimum number of oranges as well, because all the fruits are actually interconnected, or you can say related. Means here we are given a relative information about them, right? So if you want to keep minimum total fruits, we have to keep minimum number of oranges, right? And minimum number of oranges must be what? So guys, to find the number of oranges, we are given a hint that the number of oranges should be a multiple of both 5 and 6. So minimum number of oranges must be the minimum or the smallest multiple of 5 and 6 both, right? The smallest multiple of 5 and 6 both. Now, the smallest multiple of 5 and 6 both is nothing but the first, multiple of 5 and 6. And first multiple of 5 and 6 is both is nothing but the LCM of 5 and 6. And the LCM of 5 and 6, we all know it's 30, right? So if the number of oranges are 30, right, let me write this here. If this is being 30, so number of apple, which is 6, if 3 30, 6 should be 60 and 7 should be obviously 70. And this total should be how much? 30 plus 70 is 100 plus 60 is 160. Simple question, right? But guys, it was appeared in IPMAT Indore in 23, I guess. I'm not sure, maybe in 23 or 24, right? But it was appeared. You can see that they ask easy question as well, and this was appeared in short answer. So point is that not all the question will be difficult, right? You just have to choose the question which you can actually do in the exam quickly. There are no, difference in the number of marks in easy or difficult questions, obviously, right? So just choose the question which you can do quickly and go ahead, right? This is the whole, you can say, mantra of doing the maximum question, right? You should not engage in one question that you just have to, you don't have to get emotionally connected to the question in the exam. A lot of people do what? They do not go without, finishing that particular question. So you can't do that in exam. You have to give the particular amount of time to a particular question, right? You cannot give so much of time to a question. Let's say you're giving 3 minutes at max, and after 3 minutes you have to move to the next question at all, at any cost, right? Otherwise you might lose a lot of more time, okay? So easy questions are also appearing, and we can easily do them, right? You just have to scan those questions and try to solve them. Okay, moving ahead with the next problem, question number 4. Again guys, this is also one of the question asked in Rohtak, right? Which year I don't remember. Sorry, JIPMAT. It was asked in JIPMAT, right? So everyone try to solve it. Himanshi says option A, but that's not correct, Himanshi. Look at it carefully, it's not correct. Alright guys, maybe I need to solve. There is a comment. Okay, so guys, it says that given below are two statements, linear equations, right? Uh, Given that A is to B is this, B is to C is this, then C minus A must be equal to what, right? This is basically the question. Okay, it could be statement 1 or statement 2. So, in the light of the above statements, choose to the correct answer from the options given below. First option, both statement 1 and 2 are true, both 1 and 2 are false. Third, 1 is true, 2 is false. Fourth, 1 is false and 2 is true. Alright. So guys, they have given two ratios of A is to B and B is to C. By the help of this, we can find A is to B is to C, right? I'm sure you have done this already a lot of times, right? Once you are saying that A is to B is 5 is to 3 and B is to C is 2 is to 5. So there are a lot of ways to write A is to B is to C, right? But the best way is what? To use the numbers, right? The B is present in both the ratios. The coefficient of B in the first ratio is 3 and in the second ratio is 2. So take the LCM of 3 and 2, which is basically 6, right? So we can say that the LCM of 3 and 2 is 6, which we can just use, alright? Okay, so taking B as 6, right, common. So guys, in the first ratio, to make 3 as 6, we are multiplying by 2. So this 5 must be 10. In the second ratio, to make 2 as 6, we multiply by 3. So C must be also 5 into 3, 15. So this is how we can say that A is to B is to C is 10 is to 6 is to 15. Alright. So this is being A is to B is to C, which that means we can say that with the help of the ratio that if A is 10, then B is 6, alright, and then C is 15. You can also write them in the variables. A is 10x, B is 6x, C is 15x. That will be also fine if you want to go with the variables. Alright, now they are saying then C minus A will be equal to what? So we have two statements, right? So guys, what should be C minus A first of all? C minus A from here, C is 15, A is 10, so that difference has to be 5, alright. Now coming to the statements, first statement is 10A plus C, so A is obviously 10, C is 15, so guys, this is being 250. So how C minus A can be equal to this? Obviously it means statement 1 is not correct. And we'll get the similar result if we assume those numbers in the variables, right guys? If we assume them in the variables, we'll get the same result. Coming to the statement number 2, that says that C minus A is equal to this or not. So again, we have assumed that A is 10 and B is 6. Alright, so this is being how much? It's 100 plus 150 is 250 again. So C minus A, which is only 5, obviously cannot be equal to this because this is being 250, right? So we can just say that the C minus A is neither equal to statement 1 nor equal to statement 2. That means both statement 1 and 2 are false is the right answer. Alright guys, both the statements are false. I hope you understood. Easy question. You just had to understand the type of this question because it's what? Uh, because it was slightly new for us, right? We have never tried such kind of question, right? But it was easy. It was asked in JIPMAT, right? So that's why I put this question in this exercise today. Okay. Now moving to the next question. If you are not able to understand, you can definitely write in chat. Okay, Himanshi, it's okay, it happens. But be careful in the exam, right? Because it's one of the very common error. Okay, guys, try the next question, question number 5. Again, an interesting one. This is also asked in one of the exam previously, right? Yes, Himanshi, very good. Your answer is correct. What about the other students? All right, maybe I need to solve. Maybe other are still trying or they are not able to solve. It's okay. So guys, the question says that in a village, the ratio of the number of males to females is 5:4. The ratio of the number of literate males to the literate females is 2:3. The ratio of the number of illiterate males to the illiterate females is 4:3. If 3,600 males in the village are literate, then find the total number of females in the village. Alright. So guys, how do we do that? This time you see that a lot of ratios are given to us, right? In the beginning they are saying the total number of males and females are in this ratio, then literate males and literate females are in this ratio, and then illiterate males and illiterate females are also in this ratio. And only one number is given, that 36 males are literate in the village, right? So we need to find the total number of females. So guys, a lot of ratios. This time it will be slightly difficult to assume everything in the number. So we have to consider some of the variables. First thing, we are given a ratio of literate males and literate females, and we know the number of literate males. So by the help of this, we can find the literate females, right? Let's do this first. So guys, what is the ratio of literate males and literate females? That ratio is given to us 2:3. All right, that ratio is given to us 2:3. And literate males are given to us 3600 in the numbers, right? So let's see that if 2 is equivalent to 3600, so we can say 1 is equivalent to 1800 and 3 is equivalent to 5400. So first thing, we found the number of literate females quickly with the help of this ratio. All right, but we do not have any information about the total number of males and females in the village, and we also do not have any information in terms of the exact numbers about the illiterate males and illiterate females, except the ratio of them. We only have their ratios, we do not have their numbers, but we can use them, guys. See, one thing is very obvious, whether the number of males are equal to the total number of literate males plus total number of illiterate males, and the same we can say about the females. So this is something which is going to help us a lot, right? How? See guys, first thing, we can assume that let the total number of males in the village are how many? Let's say those are 5x in numbers, right? Similarly, total number of females in the village must be how many? We can say those are 4x with the help of the ratio given, right? Now, we have literate males and literate females, right? So now let's talk about the illiterate males and illiterate females. And we also have, their ratio. So let's with the same, with finding their numbers, let's also use the ratios of them. So we are given that the ratio of illiterate males and illiterate females is how much? We can say that is illiterate females is how much? That is basically 4:3. Now, the total number of males in the village of 5x, right? Subtract the total number of literate males among them is 3600, right? Which we can also say is equal to illiterate males. Very obvious, right? See, the total males are literate males plus illiterate males. So illiterate males we can also say as a total males minus illiterate males. Similarly, for the illiterate females, we can say that total males minus the literate males. Sorry, total females minus the illiterate females. And that ratio is given to us 4:C. Now, this ratio will actually help us in finding the value of x. And once we get the value of x, right, we'll be able to find anything after that, right? So let's quickly use this ratio to find the value of x. Let's do this here, right? Okay, so this is 5x. Let me also do the cross multiplication at the same time. 3 goes there, so 15x minus 3600 3s is 10,800, right? And this goes here multiplied by 4, so 16x minus 5400 4s is how much? We can say 21,600, right? Okay, moving ahead, taking that 15x here, this is x, right? Taking this here, so this is how much? This is being basically 21,800 minus, this is exactly double of this, so we can say 10,800 again. So x is being 10,800, right? Now we need to find the total number of females in the village, which we assumed as 4x. So guys, if x is 10,400, so 4x must be how many? Multiplying this by 4, so this must be 43,200, all right? So we can say the number of females in the village are 43,200. I got one correct answer, kudos, right? Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone, right? Okay, interesting question. I hope this is understood. If not, please write in the chat or comment. Moving ahead, question number 6. Again, a very nice question, guys. Now we can solve multiple ways. Let's see how you guys are trying first. Then I will help after, let's say, 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I will help. Everyone solve it. Very good, Himanshi. This is the correct answer, but I was expecting more answers. Yes, Dhanishta, very good. This is also correct. Alright guys, let me solve this. They are saying that the salaries of Ramesh, Ganesh and Rajesh were in the ratio of 6:5:7 in 2010 and in the ratio 3:4:3 in 2015. Now if Ramesh's salary increased by 25% during 2010 to 15, then the percentage increase in Rajesh's salary during this period is closest to, means we don't need to find the exact, we need to find the approximate percentage. Alright, so they are saying that salaries of Ramesh, Ganesh and Rajesh in the ratio of 6:5:7 and the ratio of 3:4:3 in 2015. Now Ramesh's salary increased by 25% from this to this. Ramesh's salary is being increased. Okay, so we can do one thing. Let us assume their salaries in 2010 and 2015, alright. 2010, 2015. Okay, the people are Ramesh, Ganesh and the third one is Rajesh. Alright. Now, they are saying that in 2010 their salaries were in this ratio. So let us say guys, the salary of Ramesh is 6 for a while, Ganesh is 5 and Rajesh is 7. Though we know it not necessary to be correct, we have just assumed them for a while, alright. Now in 2015 similarly the ratio is given 3:4:3. So let us assume that the salary should be 3, 4 and 3, alright, we can say like this. Now they are also saying that Ramesh's salary increased by 25% during this period, right? Ramesh's salary has been increased by 25% in the period 2010 to 15. So far we have assumed them, so not necessarily this condition is applicable, this condition satisfies, right? So now we can take some values, right, in which the ratio also balances and this condition also satisfies. A lot of people will be trying to solve with the help of the variables, which is also correct obviously, but that will take some extra time. So since we are given one relation about any one person's salary between these 2 years, so we can also solve in the numbers. If we are given no relation, then we have to use a variable, then there will be no other way. But in such case of scenario, when there is one more relation given about the salaries of these 2 different years, even that is only about one person, but that can also be helpful to solve this question with the help of the numbers. How? Because they are saying that Ramesh's salary is increased by 25%, alright. So 25% means 1 by 4 first of all, obviously, right, the salary is increasing by 25%, which is 1 by 4. So first of all, let's try to assume Ramesh's salary in 2010, which is a multiple of 4, alright. And at the same time should be multiple of 6 also, so that these numbers do not disturb, right. Okay, so let's do one thing, let's quickly take this as 60, which is a multiple of 4, right. And 60 increasing by 1 by 4, it should become 75 now, alright, it should become 75, we can say that. One more thing, if this is 60, first it was 6, became 60, means every number is multiplying by, we can say 10, right. So this should be 50 and this should be 70. And guys, it was 3 before, we made it 25, that means we have multiplied this by 25, right. 3 to 75 means 25, so all the other numbers should also get multiplied by same, you can say 25, right. So we can just say what, this should be 75 now, because every number is multiplied by 25. This should be, from 4 to 25 is 100, 3 into 25 is again 75. Now coming to the final question, right. So this are the numbers which are satisfying everything, the ratios and also this percentage relation, right. Coming to the final question is about Rajesh. Find the percentage change in the salary of Rajesh in this period. Means 70 to 75, right. So guys, the increment here is 5. The initial value is 7, which you can say is 1 by 14. Now 1 by 7 we know is 14.28% approximately, and this is 1 by 14, which is half of 1 by 7. If 1 by 7 is 14.28, so it should be half of 14.28, which means 7.14 approximately, right, approximately. So the question is also about asking the approximate value. So among the option, obviously 7% is the best option, we can just say that, right. So this is the right answer. I hope this is clear to all of you. If not, you can write in chat, right. Till then, I'm giving you the next question of today's exercise, question number 7. Everyone try to do this. Again, a beautiful application of ratio in terms of language. Obviously guys, in our exam, the word problems are asked usually when the question are of arithmetic, right. So this is also a word problem with ratios. Oh, very good, Himanshi. Your answer is correct. Alright guys, two correct answers. The correct answer is 32, yes. Let's see how we can actually solve. The question says that in an examination, Rama's score was 1/12 of the sum of the scores of Mohan and Anjali. After a review, the score of each of them increased by 6. The revised score of Anjali, Mohan and Rama were in the ratio of this. Then Anjali's score exceeded Rama's score by. Alright. So we need to find then Anjali's score exceeded Rama's score by. Okay. How we can actually do that? See guys, in the beginning we are given the information that Rama's score was 1/12 of the sum of the Mohan and Anjali. Okay, so if we have to assume something with the help of the initial information, right? So we can assume what? We can assume Rama's score and the sum of the scores of Mohan and Anjali. Means we will not be able to assume the score of Mohan and Anjali individually. We can only assume the sum of them. That is why this might not be a very good, start of solving this question. Means it's not very good to, assume the scores of them with the help of the first information. So instead of this, we can do what? We can assume the scores of them from the final information where they have given the ratios of them, right? And also in this question we cannot assume the scores in the numbers because we are given that these are increased by 6. Let me actually show you by writing, right? Suppose we are assuming their scores, let their final marks, okay, let their final marks after the review of 3 people, Anjali, Mohan and Rama, okay. So with the help of the ratio, if we assume them as 11, 10 and 3, and we know that these marks have come after the review, and after the review score of each increased by 6, and then these marks have come up, right? So before the original marks if we talk about, so those should be 6 less than these marks, right? 6 less than these. So we have to do 11 minus 6, 10 minus 6 and 3 minus 6. Anyways, this is being negative. Even if this is not negative, let's say it became positive, right? Then also it's not correct because guys, these are the assumed marks and this 6 is the actual marks, right? So in this particular question, we cannot assume the marks with the numbers, means we have to assume the marks in the variables. There is no other choice. So quickly, let us assume their marks in the variables. As I told you the logic behind, right, reason behind. So quickly assume their marks in variables first of all, 11x, 10x and 3x, right. Now we know that their marks have been increased by 6 and then these marks have come, right. So what should be their initial marks? So we can just say that the initial marks must be these marks minus 6, right. So these have come after adding up by 6. So the original marks should be these final marks minus 6, alright. Only then once you add 6 in them, then we'll get 11x. When you add 10x minus 6 to 6, then we'll get 10x, and similarly this should be 3x minus 6. Now they have said that in the beginning, Rama's score was 1/12 of the sum of Mohan and Anjali. So in the beginning, Rama's score is 3x minus 6, right? So this is given to us that this is 1/12, right? This is 1/12 of the sum of the other two, right? Of the sum of the Mohan and Anjali. So Mohan's marks in the beginning was 10x minus 6 and Anjali's marks in the beginning was 11x minus 6. Now by using this equation we can easily get the value of x, and then we can get all the other information or values which are being asked. So quickly let's solve this. 12 going there, this should be 36 minus 72, and the right hand side should be 10 minus 11, 10 plus 11 should be 21x, and this should be minus 6 minus 12, right? 21x taking here, so 36 minus 21 is 15x, and 72 going here, 72 minus 12 is 60. That means x is being 4. X is being nothing but 4. Now they have asked, then Anjali's score exceed Rama's score by. Okay. So guys, Anjali's score exceed Rama's score by what? See guys, we know one thing for sure, that either we talk about the original initial marks, right, or the final marks. The difference between them will always be, you can say difference of any two will always be constant, right? Let's say, if they are asking Anjali's score exceed by Rama, let's say they are asking in terms of initial scores, right? Anjali and Rama. So this is Anjali and this is Rama. So what should be the difference? Let me write this here. Anjali minus Rama. So guys, in terms of the initial marks, it should be 8x, right? And in terms of final marks, also this is 8x. Simple. So whether you solve this question with respect to this or this, the answer will be the same. Okay. So x is being 4, so 8x must be obviously 32. So we can say the answer of this question is 32. Okay. Simple. I hope this is clear now after all of that. Okay guys, let's move ahead. One more question, question number 8. Again, a very nice question, especially because of the language. Especially because of the language, a very nice question. सूरज wants me to repeat. सूरज अब एक बार रिकॉर्डिंग जैसे ये क्लास खत्म हो जाए, अब आराम से देख लेना रिकॉर्डिंग करके, राइट? उसके बाद भी नहीं समझ में आता है तो आप मुझे कमेंट में अपना क्वेश्चन लिखना, वीडियो के नीचे कमेंट में अपना क्वेश्चन आप जरूर लिखिएगा. Alright guys, one more question. And as I mentioned in the beginning, all these questions which we are doing, right, they have asked in at least one of the exams in the past, right? In any of the exam in the past. I told you some of the names also of those exams. Himanshi, no, it's not correct. Himanshi, this is not the right answer. Please try to read it again. I'm sure there must be a problem in terms of reading. Try to read it again. Yes, Himanshi, this time the answer is correct. Very good. Oh, very good, Dhanishta. The answer is correct. Okay, guys, I think I should explain this, right? So this time the question is that a stall sells popcorn and chips in packets of three sizes: large, super, and jumbo. The numbers of large, super, and jumbo packets in stock are in the ratio 7 is to 17 is to 16 for popcorn and 6 is to 50 is to 14 for the chips. If the total number of popcorn packets in its stock is same as that of the chips packets, then the number of jumbo popcorn packets and jumbo chips packets are in the ratio. Alright. So guys, we know that a stall sells popcorn and chips in packets of three different sizes: large, super, and jumbo. The number of large, super, and jumbo packets in stock in this ratio for the popcorn. So guys, so the popcorn, right, the number of packets, right, the number of packets are in which ratio? They are in the ratio of 7 is to 17 is to 16, alright. And then they are saying that for chips, the ratio of the number of packets of different sizes are 6 is to 15 is to 14. So 6 is to 15 is to 14. This is basically for the, we can say, chips. Alright. Now they are saying what? That if the total number of popcorn packets in this stock is same as the total number of chips. So they are saying that total number of popcorn packets, right? Total popcorn, let's say popcorn will be written in this row, and total number of chips packet written in this row, they are given equal, right? They are given equal to each other. So we need to find the ratio of what? The number of jumbo popcorn packets means this one, and jumbo chips packets means this one. Okay. Let's see how we can do that. First thing, let's try to assume the number of packets with the help of the ratio. First, let's try to do them in the numbers only, because guys, in the end, if you see, we have one relation about the total number of packets of popcorn and chips. If this was not given, then we might be assuming them in the variables, but here we are given one relation among these two as well. So yes, we can try to start with the numbers. Then let's see what will happen. So yes, large popcorn packets must be 7 with the help of the ratio. Small will be 17 and jumbo will be 16. Let's see how many are being in total. So 7 plus 17 is 24 plus 16 is 40. Alright. Here the large chips are 6. The super packet of chips are 15, and last jumbo one are 14. So this sum is being how much? 14 plus 6 is 20 and 15 is 35. So yes, obviously these are not equal in terms of the assumption, right? These are not equal obviously. So we can either start taking the variables, or we can do one thing. We can take the LCM of them, right? So guys, what is the LCM of 40 and 35? Not a big, not a very difficult deal. I think it should be 280, right? The LCM must be 280. So let us assume for a while that total number of popcorns packets are 280, and same for total number of chips packets are 280. So guys, to make this 40 to 280, we have multiplied by 7. We have to multiply by 7, and to make this 35 to 280, we have to multiply by 8, right? You can check this, right? We have to make, if you want to make 40 to 280, we have to multiply by 7, and this to multiply by 8. So obviously, individual would be multiplied by the same number, right? So in terms of popcorn, all the number of packets of different sizes should be multiplied by 7, and all the number of packets of different sizes of chips should be multiplied by 8. But guys, we'll not be doing a lot of calculation. Why to do all these calculation? Let's only look at the final question which is being asked. So final question is to find the ratio of the number of jumbo popcorn packets and jumbo chips packets. So jumbo popcorn packets we have is 16 into 7, and the jumbo chips packet we have is 14 is to 14 into 8. So let's just find the ratio of this, right? Why do we need to find all of these numbers? Why do we need to do all those multiplication? That's not required. Let's quickly find the ratio of this, and in that too will not be multiplying, we'll be obviously simplifying the number. So you can see that 7 2s is 14, 8 2s is 16, and 2 also get divided. So finally, it's being 1:1. So actually once you multiply them, they will be actually the same number. That would be which one? I think 1:2, right? That both of these plotted will be 1:2. So the ratio should be 1:1, and option A must be the right answer. So this is how we can make the solution so easy and so smooth, right? I know a lot of people will be doing with the variables, right? So that is also a right way, obviously, right? But if you do like this will save time. Okay, that is for sure. Fine. So guys, this is how today we have done 8 questions of ratios, right? Now, today I think we can keep the class till this only, right? In the next session, we'll be coming again, and then we'll be doing the next part of the ratios, which is like partnership and the question based on variation, proportionality, right? So this is also which we can do in the next session, right? So till then, thank you so much, guys, and keep practicing, keep revising, and also ask your doubts if you are getting any of them in the comment box. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.